Your perspective on where you are and what you're seeing.
Yeah, so Gerald, just to be clear, we're actually about a mile and a half away from UNC Chapel Hill's campus. A source tells WRAL that this is actually where the suspect was arrested. We are on Williams Circle, again, about a mile and a half away from UNC's campus. You can clearly see that there is an active scene. I see an Orange County Sheriff's vehicle here. You have police that are from UNC Chapel Hill, as well as some unmarked vehicles at the moment. Keep in mind, this is a residential area. I can see some people in the distance that are in the background, kind of taking a look at what's going on out here. We actually had a viewer share some photos of what appears to be the suspect at the moment that he was arrested out here. We saw him sitting on the curb, and we're still trying to figure out who exactly, maybe saw this in the moment. Had to have been scary, as we learned about that person of interest notification that did go out from UNC police just minutes ago. So once again, just take you out here live. UNC police, Orange County Sheriff's Office, a source telling WRAL that this is actually where the suspect was arrested moments ago. I did overhear them. They said that they do plan on putting some yellow crime scene tape out here in just a few moments, just to kind of keep everything separated and keep people from getting to it. So, of course, we're going to be monitoring the situation pretty closely. From what we can see, I haven't seen the suspect out here. We're working to see if he's detained. But again, a source is telling WRAL that this is actually where this person was taken into custody. Back to you.
That's right. We're getting information by the minute. Aaron Thomas live in Chapel Hill. Thank you, Aaron.
Boy, right in the middle of a neighborhood. As we were speaking, we do have the all clear for Chapel Hill Carrboro City Schools. This just came out. That means that all of the schools will start dismissing, the high schools will start dismissing at 4 p.m., which is their normal time. Let's go back to Keenan Willard now, who is right near the Dean Dome with what he's seeing there with a developing situation and scene.
Deborah, something is happening with a major force buildup here. Officers getting in position, wearing body armor, putting helmets on and carrying long guns. It's really hard to understand from afar what exactly is taking place, but it's in an area where it appeared to me that they had been focusing on a car that was in this lot that had been serving as sort of the focal point for first responders for the last several hours, but now it's taking on a very different look here. First, there were these agencies. These are unmarked vehicles that pulled up, had their lights flashing, and they're formed behind them this massive line of state troopers, and they're sort of squatting up around this particular unit there, getting information, sort of running back and forth between the cars, getting on body armor, putting on helmets, getting large rifles, and getting in position here. Some of them I've seen jogging down this entire line of units that extends the entire length of this street, and you can see just how many state troopers actually going past that tree there down at the end of the road. Some of them are walking, some of them don't appear to be moving with great urgency, but some of them have been running back between their car in this area where they've been grouping up and looking like they're prepared for some sort of tactical movement. And again, this is an area where around 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago at this point, it looked like they were focusing around a specific car in the lot, but at this point, they're gathering up. There's been a significant buildup of all the law enforcement resources that have been devoted to this effort for the last several hours. There is a big group gathering here. They are putting on tactical gear, have large rifles, and appear to be just grouping up, and it's not exactly clear what their intent is at this time, but this is much more activity than we saw throughout the entire duration of really the search, while there was still a subject at large.
Keenan, as we're continuing to look at your camera, we are also looking at a different camera this is the one from Aaron Thomas on Williams Circle, where we are seeing someone in handcuffs, and they are being they were just put into the car here that we're seeing.
Yes.
And
Aaron,
Aaron, yes,
yeah.
and there, you talked about the crime scene tape, and we see him carrying some.
Yeah, that's right. Just literally just minutes ago, we just went live here. We just learned from a source that this is where that person was arrested, and you're seeing live in real time. They're putting someone in handcuffs, taking them into custody. Now, what's unclear at this point is here on Williams Circle, is this an area where the suspect lives? Is this an area where he maybe ran away to? That remains unclear. So what we're going to do, we've been out here for maybe the past 5 minutes or so. We're going to see if we can speak with any neighbors who have maybe possibly witnessed this. But as we said before, this had to have been a scary situation. Just keep in mind that all of this taking place in the middle of a residential area. So just to kind of set the scene for you live, we have police from Chapel Hill as well as Orange County Sheriff's Office and UNC police that are actively taking someone to custody. We have someone, a police officer, that's telling us to get back for our safety. This car, I believe, that you see with the trunk that's up and the doors that are open, that car just got here about 5 minutes ago, and I saw it's marked, it belongs to Chapel Hill police. So that looks like that may be the agency that takes this suspect into custody. But all of this happening right now on air in real time. We're currently the only media news crew that is capturing this right now. We'll send it back to you.
There you see a live picture, sorry, Deb, of this person being put into the back of a police car that looks like obviously a law enforcement vehicle. They're on Williams Circle, just a little over a mile away from campus, and now they're leading the person around the vehicle in handcuffs. That's the person we saw sitting down on the street with his hands behind his back, getting into the back of that police car. You're looking at this live as Aaron Thomas is standing probably 100 feet away.
As we were just showing you, we did have that photo of the suspect on the ground in handcuffs, and that does appear to match the description of the person that we just saw being put into that police car. Aaron, as he said, it's unclear. This is about 1.5 miles away from campus on Williams Circle. Does the suspect know anyone in this area? Does this suspect live in this area? You were talking about neighbors, Aaron, and I see a couple of people down the street kind of watching what happened. I bet this is quite something for them to be seeing right now.
Yeah, most certainly, and not only for them, but for us as well, for all of you in the studio, as well for myself and photojournalist Ryan Terhune, who is manning the camera right now. So again, we just arrived here about 5 minutes ago, and as soon as we got here, that's when we had to fire up the camera and we captured all of this. So we will, over the next few minutes, try to speak with some of those neighbors on scene, try to catch up with them. But for the meantime, we are being told to stay back for our safety. There are, if you can see over here, there's a yellow police crime tape that's blocking some of the vehicles. I'd imagine they'll probably block off more of this corridor as well. So we're going to send back to you.
All right, Aaron, we have learned UNC alert has gone out. They want people to remain sheltered in place for now. So what may have been thought to be an all clear, they're saying shelter in place for now. We're not sure why that has gone out. As you look at Sky 5 following that police car through the heavily wooded roads around UNC Chapel Hill, about 1 mile away from the university.
Aaron has been showing us the video of the suspect being placed into the police car. I'm not sure if it's this exact one or it's a police car, but we do have WRAL Sky 5 above this neighborhood. You can see it's a very established neighborhood, as so many neighborhoods are in Chapel Hill, where you have many people who may be related to the university working nearby and living nearby, and it's only about 1.5 miles away from campus. But as we've been saying, the all clear is now given to the public schools, so the elementary, middle, and high schools are given the all clear in the Chapel Hill area, but the campus at UNC is still on lockdown. They are asking people to still shelter in place. All classes canceled for this evening. As we continue to wait for a news conference too from officials, they are trying to set it up at Carolina Inn, and we have a crew on the way there to be able to hear directly from university officials. Let's
go back to Aaron Thomas over there at Williams Circle. Aaron, we just saw a car pull away. Is that, or we've been following, Sky 5 is over top of a vehicle with a white roof and black markings. Is that the same vehicle you saw the suspect being loaded into?
Yes. So the vehicle that we saw, it looked like it was a 4-door sedan. So we actually have some UNC police over here. We're going to see if we can maybe get them to share any sort of information in the meantime. Excuse me, sir, how are you? Over at WRAL News. We able to confirm that this was the shooter involved in the UNC?
I can't confirm. It's not a Chapel Hill police investigation.
Okay.
So UNC police will be the lead agency.
UNC police,
Yeah.
okay.
So they could answer questions about that.
Okay, so you cannot confirm that that was the actual,
No.
okay.
No, it's not our thing to confirm or to talk about.
So it sounds like it's, as you said,
we're an assisting agency.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just...
All right, so still have a lot of information to get firmed up. From our vantage point, it looked like there was a person that was taken into custody in a Chapel Hill police unit, but this person here says that we'll have to get that information from a different agency. Right now, there's just several agencies that are working to assist one another, and clearly still remains active for the time being. And what we want to do in the meantime, we're going to try to see, once things clear up, we're going to try to